Yo, it is like such a beautiful day yet again, but unfortunately the STI, the black one, is giving us some issues yet again. So I was driving it around yesterday, speedometer just decided it didn't want to work anymore. It did some real funky stuff before it decided it didn't want to work. I got a small clip on my phone, which I'll show you guys here. Can we stop doing this? Can we not do this anymore? Speedometer, like why? Come on, just communicate, work here. If I get in the gas, let off throttle. Stop! Stop it! Update, the speedometer no longer works. I have no idea how fast I am actually going anymore. I'm just kidding, I got it up on the access port over there, but why? But yeah, don't know why it's doing that. A lot of people are suggesting the speed sensor. That's what I was coming across online. The speed sensor just sits on top of the transmission and just sends a signal from the transmission up to the gauge cluster and the ECU. But the thing that's making me think it's not the speed sensor is the access port still reads speed just fine. So I don't know, we're gonna find out. Luckily, the 2017 STI uses the exact same speed sensor as the 05, so we can diagnose it that way. And if it is the speed sensor, we'll swing down to Subaru today, we'll go grab one, get in the car, and then that should be like all hunky-dory. I also got tires ordered for this thing, so that way we can give these Douglas tires a proper send-off before we get our new ones on there, which I took some of your guys' suggestions this time. Got the Michelin Pilot All Season 4 or something like that. I don't remember. Good tire from what I saw in the reviews. We'll see how it does. But before we get into diagnosing the speed sensor issue, I need to clean this thing because it is like stupid dirty. So give me like 2 minutes. Well, like 30 seconds your time, a couple minutes my time. Both cars. Black STI is all clean now. Now there's two reasons why I wanted to wash this thing. The first being that A, it was obviously dirty, and the second, I wanted to see where water was going after I washed the car to see if water was just pouring onto the speed sensor. So I got the hood open on the gray STI because I was going to kidnap the speed sensor out of this one, but comes to find out, no speed sensor in the same spot. I don't know where the speed sensor is on this one. I really don't feel like digging around for it. I have a feeling, well, I mean, there's the connector for it. It goes down like underneath of the transmission on the side of it. Probably a different speed sensor, not really gonna mess with it. So I'm gonna call around to a couple dealers and see if anybody has a speed sensor in stock. If they do, we're gonna go snag one. If they don't, regardless, we're gonna go swing by AutoZone, O'Reilly's, Napa, whoever's closest, whoever has it. I'm gonna grab some dielectric grease. I'm gonna try cleaning out those little like connectors in there to see if that'll help. Just pack it with a little bit of dielectric grease and see if that solves the problem. So on this car, the speed sensor, if you come back here, if you have a top mount intercooler, you obviously have to take it off to get to it. But if you look at it, it's right down there on the top of the transmission to the right of that gray connector. It's like in the pitch black void right there. So it's a pretty pristine spot for water to be able to get on there and like mess with it. Now, if you look at this one, since we have no motor in here, it's gonna be a lot easier to show you. It sits right there where that little beveled spot is on the transmission. The speed sensor wire routes like down there, so I'm not really gonna mess with that right now. I need to get this car back in the garage. There's like rust and like stupid spots. It's all surface rust, but I gotta go through here and clean it up. I need to get this car in the garage here soon, but let's go call some dealers. Let's see if we can get a speed sensor and get the black STI fixed.
Thank you for calling Subaru, your stress-free dealership. Your call may be recorded for training purposes.
How's it going? I was curious if you guys had a part in stock. I've got the part number. It is a speed sensor for a 2005 STI.
Alright, yeah, what's up part number?
It is 85082AE000.
Looks like we do not.
Do any other local dealers have it? Do you guys have access to that information?
Alright, so nowhere within 50 miles from us have it.
Gotcha, no worries. I will just order one online then. I appreciate it. Why? Why do dealers not stock like common parts that go out? All right, backup plan. Let's go to the auto parts store. Let's grab some dielectric grease. I guess we'll try cleaning the connector, putting some dielectric grease in there and hoping that it goes away. I don't know, let's see what happens. Hopefully. Forester. Yeah, fix your hair. Do your hair while you drive. Your hair looks great. Doing wonderful. Welcome to AutoZone. Let's grab some dielectric grease. Let's go get our grease. So of course, when I decided to not record the drive home from AutoZone, that's when the speedometer didn't work again. But you guys saw what it was doing in that first little clip. Now, while at AutoZone, I did grab the dielectric grease. I also ended up grabbing some other stuff because this car needs a lot of love still. So new windshield wipers, needed these. Windshield wiper fluid stuff because I don't have any in the car. And then I did finally snag some new blinkers so that way the stupid blinkers won't be hyper blinking 100% of the time. So I'm gonna see if I can get those with the headlights in the car. If not, I guess I'm pulling the bumper off, taking the headlights out. But let me knock out the small stuff and then we'll start pulling that like electrical speed sensor wire harness, clean out both sides. We'll clean the sensor itself, get it back in there, get it back on the road, and see if the problem fixed itself. Hopefully it did, because I don't want to buy a speed sensor. There was definitely a healthy amount of water in that electrical connector. So as you guys saw, I just brought up the compressed air, turned down the PSI just to not damage any of the little electrical prongs sticking up in there. Sprayed in there and just got blasted in the face with a ton of water. So got all the water out of it. I packed it with dielectric grease and then I wrapped a little bit of electrical tape around the connector just to help try to keep some water out. If this is a consistent issue, if this is our problem, we're gonna have to come up with a permanent solution later down the line. But let me show you guys this and then let's go hop back on the road. Let's go see if this fixed our issue. Hopefully it did. Old blinkers are out. These are just some like LED ones that I picked up from a local shop. The resistors that I had in there just didn't work. And then also I already threw everything else away. All of the old windshield wipers that were on that car, the Bosch ones, I tossed in the trash. They were pretty old also. Blinkers weren't too bad, especially because there's like nothing right here and I have a small battery over there so that way I can actually get to the headlights. But down here, right down there. So you can see that connector right in the center of the screen. That is our speed sensor connector. So it is like right underneath of the hood scoop. So a ton of water just like falls right on top of that thing every single time. There's, like I said, there's a considerable amount of water in that connector. Everything's dried off now. It's got dielectric grease in it. It's taped up. It should be good. I hope this fixes our speed sensor issue because I don't think our speed sensor is bad because it's still registering to the ECU because I can pull up vehicle speed on the access port. And B, I just don't want to buy a new speed sensor. They're only like 70 bucks, but doesn't mean I want to buy one. So far, so good, baby. I think that may have fixed our issue. I'm really hoping it fixed our issue. I mean, we'll find out as we're driving if the speedometer starts freaking out again. Speedometer is not freaking out. It's reading. I swear, it was probably just that electrical connector. And our blinker is fixed. No more hyper blinker. Oh, Jesus. And I got my drink. It's a good day. It's a good day today. And we got new windshield wipers. Man, this car's just getting pampered today. Oh, what up? I didn't even see the Outback. Hello, Outback. Oh God, cop, don't look at the GoPro on my head. Did he look? Did he look? Did he look? I don't think he looked. I think we're good. Just don't turn around. Oh, why did you do that? Don't do that, cop. You're scaring me. There's another cop. I'm not doing anything wrong, I promise. I just got a GoPro strapped to my head. I'm going 30. I can actually read my speed now. If that was our fix, I'm gonna be happy because that was an easy fix. Now the real test will be when we turn the car off and then turn it back on because that's when the speedometer doesn't like to work, because when it's off and then on. So after we do a freeway pull, we'll pull into a parking lot and we'll give her a test. Turn it off, turn it back on, go drive around a little bit. Because right now the speedometer's doing exactly what we want. It's speedometing. It's speedometing. Is that a word? It is now. What is your speedometer doing, man? It's speedometing. You want some beans? You want the sauce, Honda? Look at me. Speedometer works. Does yours? Ha, probably not. Dude, I got my heart going. That was fun. All right, let's go find a parking lot to pull in real quick, just so that way I can turn the car off, turn it back on, and see if our speedometer still works. So far, it's doing exactly what we want. I think this may have fixed it. Oh yeah, it smells like we just gave it the beans. The beans! Fun. Something about this thing, man. We're not even on full send tune either. I did feel the tires start to walk when I got on it. But yeah, when I was I'm sorry, I kept getting distracted. When we were giving it the beans at the 14 PSIs, I could feel the entire car, the front end start to lift a little bit, which kind of sketches me out. So I'm going to try to I'm going to do some research into like some stiffer bracing or something, maybe some more do we need more downforce? Is that the solution here? Do we actually need downforce? Okay, there's a Safeway parking lot I can pull into. Actually, I want to go in that parking lot. I'm coming in here. Sorry, last minute decision, I know. We have turned back on. I'm gonna let these cars back out, get out of my way. Are we still speedometering? We are! That was even less boost. That was only 12 PSI this time. I do want to give it the full beans. I just don't feel comfortable with it on these tires right now. Oh my God, we got a semi going like super slow. Finally, we had an easy problem with the car. I don't know how much torment I could have taken from this thing. Don't know, but glad that fixed it. So the speedometer works just fine now. So if you guys are having issues with your speedometer, doing something similar where it's like freaking out, no like check engine lights or anything like that, check the speed sensor, because if you go front mount intercooler and you're on something older like this, if a ton of water is getting through that hood scoop back there, it could be an indicator that you're just getting a lot of water on top of the sensor. I'm going to continue to monitor it. If it continues to happen, we'll think of like a permanent solution. We'll build like a little like water shield for it or something. I don't quite know, but glad that that fixed it. No more issues. Like I said, when I was driving though, I did notice when I was like heavily getting on the car, I did notice a lot of lift with the car. So if we need to do something to increase downforce on it, that's something that I'm heavily going to consider, because that was a little sketch having the entire, I could feel the front end go wah as we got into it. It was just like, woo! I could feel it. Not a huge fan of that, but that's all I got for you guys on this one. Stupid little problem. Fixed. $6, just some dielectric grease, pack it in there, clean out the sensor, then put in the grease, then plug it back in, and it should be solid now. I'm all about that, and we saved like 80 bucks by not buying a speed sensor, so totally about that. But anyways, like I said, that's all I got for you guys on this one. Our tires get dropped off tomorrow, our steering wheel gets dropped off Friday, car goes and gets tinted next week. Still a lot of stuff happening with this thing. Still waiting on the motor to come back for that one, unfortunately. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Go ahead, hit that like button, turn it black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver. Color of the day, we're gonna do neon yellow, like the color of the hose, the air hose coming off of my air compressor. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, homies. Woo!